Shalom. Shalom. I'd like to start off by giving all praises and blessings to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raha Ha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect, pushing this word in all truth and in sincerity. All right. Risking life and livelihood in so doing. All right. In this time more than in any other time. All right. Because now we have an understanding of these scriptures. All right. And, the Spirit has been placed on us to go out on the highways and byways and teach this word. All right. The way that it's presented. All right. And that's a job that every man, understand that is a job that every man, okay, or even woman can't do. Now, women can actually go out and repeat what they've heard, okay? But ultimately at the end of the day, all right, women are just too emotional, even when you dealing with a task such as driving a car. Okay, and I'm not trying to, down down our women. All right, sisters. It's not to down sisters. It's not to, you know, put out any type of negative, vibration into the minds of our women. But this is, this is a warning, and this is a fact. Okay. So many times, okay, I see women who are women drivers, and they make and do some of, the the worst decisions ever. Okay. With little children and babies just looking inside of the car. All right. And a lot of times women don't consider how bad their mistakes are, because they have a thing where they don't take accountability. All right. And face the actions. All right. Of the things that they've done. All right. Of what the emotions have caused them to do. All right. And again, this is not to down women. This is just an exhortation. Okay. Because there are many other beautiful things, empowering things that women do. All right. Which are, very important. Okay. Which can't be, looked down upon or ignored. All right. So, to the women and children who watch these videos, shalom to you as well. So I'm going to get into this video because time is flying off of the clock. All right. And here's an article. I'm going into an article this morning. It says, is it skin color that makes, so-called white? So now Ukrainians are white. Okay. Are there black Ukrainians that came to America? Okay. So you would just say Ukrainians, all right? And keep in mind that the J-man, all right, the J-man who calls himself Ish, all right, the J-man that calls himself Ish, they mostly, a lot of them come from the Ukraine, all right? A lot of them come from Ukraine, all right? So it says, is it skin color that makes, and then they stuck white Ukrainian refugees, okay, but black Haitians the target of lies, all right? Um, by other voices, it says, with all the current information and misinformation, because that's what they do here in the West, they give you nothing but misinformation. That's why it's imperative for us, when we look into certain things, to make sure we have the right story. And a lot of times, brothers, they get the wrong story and information comes out wrong, all right? But, a lot of times brothers go back and correct the information, all right? But, and it can happen, all right? But, we try to for the most part, to give out very accurate stories when it comes to news articles, all right? It says, regarding Haitian immigrants and the misstatements about them by DJ Trump, JD Vance, and others, I began to wonder what is actually behind this outrageous and unfounded rhetoric. Okay? According to federal government information as of February 2023, more than 271,000 Ukrainian refugees have been admitted to the United States. So I'm going to read this again. Since February of 2023, more than 271,000 Ukrainian refugees have been admitted to the United States. And I reported on this maybe a year ago, and it was was it in 23? It might have been in 2023 that I did the video when I would, be doing jobs out in Burr Ridge, Illinois, and certain parts of right outside of Cook County, where they had these mansions. I believe Bo Jackson even lives in Burr Ridge, all right, or has a summer home in Burr Ridge. And they have these mansions, all right? And, I would be working, and lo and behold, I would come across Ukrainians, all right? Ukrainian immigrants living in these mansions, all right? In some of these homes, all right? Living in these suburbs, all right? And, now, I work a 9 to 5, and, a lot of our people, they point fingers at the migrants, all right? Because, that's what Esau, that's how the plantation has trained you plantation minded inwards, all right? You point the finger at the migrants and that and that Northern Kingdom, Issachar, all right, and you say, oh man, they giving them this, they giving them that, they giving them this, they giving them that, all right, and a lot of you have ignored the fact that these Ukrainians, okay, which some of these Ukrainian, some of these Ukrainian chicks, they some of them could be Jake, I don't know, you know. I tell you one thing that you know, there are a lot of, they're thicker than these American Edomites, and they're very very okay fun to be around, if you know what I mean. Okay, those who can speak English now, they said that these Ukrainians are racist, which they, just because you pop, okay, an Edomite woman, that doesn't mean that she's not racist just because she's getting popped, all right? Or Edomite man is popping they're still racist, all right? But it's, it's worse when an Edomite man is popping a Jake woman, all right? Because, that's who you submitted to. Okay? We don't submit as a man, we don't submit sexually. All right? A man doesn't submit sexually. All right? A man takes sexually. All right? You see, again, you women, all right? When you're submitting to an Edomite man, you're submitting to your God. Okay? And that's why, a lot of you women, okay, that's going to be it for you, man. All right? That is it for you. All right? You may say, oh, maybe he's a Jake. All right? Maybe he's a Jake. Maybe. Okay? But is he doing is he doing the work? Okay? So there you have it. Just like that woman. But again, women submit. All right? And like I was saying, I work a 9 to 5, and I'm rambling a little bit, and I'm going to get to some scriptures. I'm definitely going to get to some scriptures. I just want to put you in get you what the scripture says to get your mind, roughly paraphrasing, pretty much stimulate your mind, man. All right, get your mind stirred up. All right. And I have no dependents. All right, no spouse, and so the money that I make, all right, I really don't. It's like I'm paying child support, man. Okay, it's like I'm paying child support, and we look at the condition of our community. We look at the condition, uh, why we can't advance. Why even wait, because Jake, I see Jake, they digging in their pockets and trying to help out migrants as much as they can, even though migrants are getting money as well. All right. Jake still helps them out. Okay. But as far as the Ukrainians, a lot of people don't see these Ukrainians. All right. And these Ukrainians, if they are in Chicago, they are in areas where very well. There's a Ukrainian, chick I know lives in Hyde Park, man. All right. Her family, all right, lives in Hyde Park, and maybe there's just more than her family. All right. And again, these Ukrainian women, they get around Jake, man, and that's it. They haven't been around Jake. All right. And all them lips get to opening up. All right. But that could be a distraction as well if you're not grounded in this truth. All right. So that's not for a wise man, would know how to maneuver, all right, through a situation like that, all right. And I'm such a wise man, all right. But anyway, so they're taking, a lot out of your check in taxes, all right, and that goes back to the scripture, all right. You make money to put into a bag full of holes, all right. And let me get that real quick, because time is flying. My goodness, it's flying, man. All right. Haggai 1:6 says, "You have sown much." Okay, so we work much, man. All right, here in Babylon. All right, so you're still a slave. Okay, I don't give a damn what you got. All right, you're still a slave. Now, people who are living in their ignorance, all right, and ignoring the plantation, well, they're somewhere else mentally, all right. But the truth of the matter is, you are a slave, all right. It says, "Ye have sown much and bring in little." Okay, ye eat, but ye have not enough. That's like me, man. Shit. I steady have to go to the grocery store, man. I'd be like, damn, I just went to the grocery store. I'm going back to the grocery store. Okay. As far as Esau could, he could pick a day 2 weeks into the future to go to the grocery store, man. They don't go to the grocery store every day or every other day. It says, "Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages, earn wages to put it in a bag with holes." So this devil is robbing you blind, all right? It's taking your wages, okay? You get tax. You're a victim of taxation, but you have no representation. There's no one representing you, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay, and no fucking vote is going to change that. Salakia. Because now, no vote is going to change that, all right? The only thing that's going to change that is a change in government, all right? When the Lord returns, all right? So reading on, you have 271,000 Ukrainian refugees, and it's more than that. had been admitted to the United States since the beginning of the Russian-Ukraine war. And no one has said anything about that. Okay? And they don't talk about the Ukrainians. They're coming over here doing schemes, $1 million schemes. Okay? And they're scheming on you Jakes, on you Israelites. They're scheming on you Israelites. But no one's talking about it. They're doing things and, manipulating, all right? And no one's talking about it. They're doing so many things that's causing financial damage, all right? That is ridiculous, but no one is talking about it. These people are mobsters, all right? A lot of them. Neo-Nazis. And it says, is it because Ukrainians are white? And, you better bet your ass it's because they're white, okay? It's a shame that, the Haitians were coming to America and they were, the lies came out saying that they were eating ducks and stuff. And, but even if that was the case, they were forced to have to live like that by Esau. You see? They didn't put them in mansions. But on the second hand, Jake lives like a savage anyway, because that's how he's been trained to live on the plantation. The majority of Jake, you can't take a nigga out the ghetto, man. Okay? And put him anywhere else, man. He's gonna always have that plantation mentality. And it's not even a ghetto mentality, it's a plantation mentality. It's the mentality that was implanted in his forefathers, all right, on the plantation. So I have another article that I'm going to go into, all right. But before that, oh man, it just skipped down. Okay, so I have to see the whole page. What the fuck? Okay, so I guess that's it on that article. It must be just a short article. I don't see the rest of it. So let me get a scripture. This is all prophecy, all right? Even if I can't spell, scriptures are going to come out. Revelation 12:10, it says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength. Okay, so this is what's coming with Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai returns. All right? Now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren, okay, they accuse all of the tribes, okay, of all kind of madness, all right? For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. So they go day and night making up accusations about the tribes. Okay? Whether it's Issachar killing people, in California, or Gad's doing something. Now the Venezuelans, the migrants, they're doing something, and Jake, he's doing something. All right. So they are the accuser of our brethren. All right. And what's that? 25 minutes. And give me 1 second. Okay. And here is another article. All right. All right. Well, this is a news article. All right. It says police officers with guns drawn chase train car thieves. And look at this, man. You have, a group of more than 20. All right, Jake. All right, these are Jake. All right. And this is funny, man. These Jakes are, they resorted. They're not going into the stores anymore. Okay, they're going to the source. So now they have begun robbing the freights. All right, now this has, freight robbings. It's old news. All right, old news, man. Okay. And this shows you just how low Jake has become. All right, Jake can't even get his mind right. Okay. Now, normally when people and hey, I was a part of this when I was growing up, man. Okay. We used to, jump on the train. This was a hustle. All right. But we never went with 20 or 30 people. Okay. To do this, man. All right. It was normally always a 3-man crew, if that. 2-man, 3-man crew. All right. And, look, they got white shirts on. So you see, Jake is not ready. Jake is not ready or serious, Esau was right, okay, about coming at Jake, okay, because guess what? Hey, these Edomites, they're going to rob the train the right way, all right? They rob them the right way, okay? So Jake, he has that plantation mentality, all right? He has no growth, okay? He has no growth. Now, did Esau, now is Esau right for accusing them? Well, again, if you're taking all of their money, what do you leave Jake with? You've taken their country. Jake can't go to a country and be like, oh yeah, I got resources coming. Jake doesn't have that here in America because you control that, Esau. Yeah, there's Esau right there, making sure that Jake doesn't get anything else. Okay, in this commercial. Okay, no matter who becomes the president, the plan and the agenda is to make sure that Jake cannot get anything except the Jake who Esau puts in place. All right. And so what we're seeing Jake doing now is going to get much worse. Okay, now there's 20, 30 group men, see, because that's an act of desperation. Like I told you, I used to do the same thing. All right. And we were much more skilled. It doesn't take too much brain, and not to go with a group of people. You know that you're going to get more with the less people that you go in with, okay? Because guess what? Esau sees you doing something, they're going to be watching you, and Esau's already watching a lot of you niggas. One Edomite sees you, they are already focused on you because, an Edomite in a Jake neighborhood is invisible. See, the only thing that a nigga sees is another nigga. See, he'll see another nigga, and what's that nigga looking at? But see, he sees an Edomite, and, he don't see the Edomite. The Edomite vanishes, all right? He's stealth or something, okay? And so that Edomite sits there and watches this this nigga, all right, do something right in front of him. All right, right, and it's just like the niggas that went and shot the rapper from Chicago downtown. All right, the niggas did it in front of a bunch of Edomites, and the Edomites watched them and followed them, and called the police and told them where they were. Okay, and this is the MO of these niggas, man. All right, and I'm not saying that you should be doing. Like I said, this was something that, pre the truth, very, very pre the truth. This was like high school work, okay? Doing these trains, man. All right. And, so, but, again, these Jakes are desperate. And a lot of times these policemen, not with us, but with out west, out west, the police and the goofies, they run together, right? That's always been the case. The west side of Chicago was notorious for selling drugs, and they were able to sell drugs because they paid the police, all right? And the south side didn't give the police shit, all right? They didn't give them any. That's why they came down on the south side of Chicago much harder. The south side of Chicago didn't play ball with the police, all right? And so you see a lot of things that go on out west is, disorderly, all right? The only organization they get is from the knowledge of the police who have been put there to run their operation. All right, all of that is run by police, all right, funded by police. But you see the mentality of Jake, all right? Steve was calling me extra early in the damn morning, all right? So this is 2nd Ezra 15 and 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power." So they said fuck the police, all right, and that's the sentiment is growing more and more, and so this will be a running, I guarantee you because the president was actually here, okay, when this occurred, all right. So they know what took place and what Jake is doing in the condition, how fucked up of a condition you so-called Jakes are in. They know that. Just like the same game that they're playing on you Jakes, they're doing it on a global stage, all right? They took out, Saddam Hussein, Muammar Gaddafi, so that they would be able to run wild, okay, on these on the other states in the Middle East and these other people who they plan on later attacking. Remember, most of these police officers, you saw the police, Derek Chauvin, shooting George Floyd, and a lot of these police murder Jakes, okay, have been shooting Jake and killing Jake. Even George Zimmerman. Zimmerman was a J-man, all right? The J-men train these police. Hell, the badge itself, the badge, red shield, goes back to the Rothschilds, okay? You can look up what we're saying. You listen, I'm, not pulling your leg, okay? The police badge itself goes back directly to the red shield. All right, the original police badge was a red shield, like in Nazi. I said in Nazi in Germany. All right, the Germans would put a red shield on these European J-men. All right, they would place a red shield on them. But guess what? There were so-called blacks who had been living in Germany as well. You had gypsies who were living in Germany, and they suffered even more than what the J-men did, and they suffered alongside of them. All right, but the J-men, all right, the J-men, they get glorified for what took place, all right, alone. But the J-man has no love for you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and especially you Negroes, all right? But they equally have taken the tribes out, okay? They have equally taken the tribes out. And now, on a global stage, they're going to come back around to get at you Jakes, man. They're going to come back around to get at you Jakes. That's why when the police shoot you, they don't run. You have to get a black attorney to take that case. Al Sharpton or Ben Crump, all right? You don't see these Edomite J-men rushing for those cases for the most part. That's why the police do it. So anyway, you Jakes, you don't, you up there robbing the train, and you don't watch these videos anyway. So the hell with you, and you're kind, all right? And whatever happens to you, hey, it's up to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. This is a warning to you brothers out there, man. Jake is banding up, okay? Desperation. This is desperation time, man. So, pretty soon they're going to be, they can't get on those trains. Jake can't think, and, they're going to be running into your homes. They're going to be running into your homes next. So, they're not going to run into an Edomite house, guaranteed. So with that being said, Lord willing, you were edified. And until next time, Shalom.